guys, Shadow the Rat, and for today's video, I'm going to be giving you another update on Miss Donut here. So Donut is now officially 2.5 years old, and that means that she has been dealing with her pituitary gland tumor for 7.5 months as of today. So that is pretty darn crazy. For anyone who doesn't know, Donut here has a pituitary gland tumor, which is a type of brain tumor, and she is on a medication called cabergoline and a steroid called prednisone, alongside a antibiotic, doxycycline, which helps to combat the immune suppression effects of the steroid. But anyway, she's been on these medications for the past 7.5 months, which is just absolutely crazy to think of. I've never had a rat do this well on treatment for a pituitary gland tumor, so it's just amazing to see her continuing to do so well. As far as all the other issues Donut is facing, she has some mammary tumors, she has some hind leg degeneration, which is unfortunately due to kidney failure. All of that is somewhat kept under control with diet and medications. Her kidney failure in particular has gotten a lot better ever since I switched her diet to a more protein-friendly and phosphorus-friendly one. And in addition to that, I also started her on some kidney supplements, which have really seemed to help her quite a bit. I say seemed because, well, I'm only dealing with urinalysis testing to kind of tell how her kidneys are doing, so it's not quite as accurate as testing her blood. But that being said, it gives me a pretty good idea of how she's doing, and she's been testing a lot better, which is quite a good sign. And in addition to that, she is also regrowing some of her fur, which is a good thing because fur loss, especially rapid fur loss, can be a sign of kidney failure. And in Donut's case, her fur loss has been partially a side effect of being on prednisone so long, but it's also a side effect of her having kidney issues, or at least the rapid fur loss has been a side effect of that. So her regaining some of her fur is a really good sign. Her hind leg degeneration also seems to have stopped, or I should say stagnated, which is fairly common for female rats who develop hind leg degeneration. It's usually males who develop the full-blown version. However, that being said, I do still feel like putting Donut on a kidney-friendly diet and all these good kidney supplements has helped quite a bit. Now, other than all of that, like I mentioned, Donut does have some mammary tumors. Most notably, she has 2 right here. One of them has been around for 8 months at this point, and it popped up right before we started her on cabergoline for her pituitary gland tumor, so we didn't really get a chance to remove it because unfortunately pituitary gland tumors make it so that if you put a rat under anesthesia, they actually start to grow faster. So you really don't want to have any sort of surgery done on a rat with a pituitary gland tumor unless it's an emergency. Anyways, so Donut's mammary tumor that she's had the longest seems to have responded to cabergoline because it has not grown at all since we put her on cabergoline. Now, her second mammary tumor popped up about, I want to say, 1.5 to 2 months ago, and that one, I'm not sure if it's responsive to cabergoline or not. Initially, I said no, it's probably not responsive because it popped up while Donut is on cabergoline and has been for months. But it's also not growing very quickly, and it does feel like a benign mammary tumor. I am very sure that it's a benign mammary tumor and not a malignant one, so I'm not quite sure why it's not growing super quickly. Maybe it is affected by the cabergoline some, but just not as much as the other tumor. I honestly have no idea, but, you know, regardless, I am very glad to see that it has not grown too much. Unfortunately, a few days ago, I noticed another mammary tumor, which is right here. It's a lot harder to see because it's, well, in a difficult spot, but basically it's in a very compromising position. That is to say, if it grows too much, it could impact her ability to urinate, which is a very big issue. Right now, it's still fairly small, so that's not an issue. However, if it does start to get larger and starts to impact her ability to eliminate, then unfortunately I will have to consider humane euthanasia because it's not fair to put a rat through that sort of death. You know, they'd suffer a lot if they had to pass because they weren't able to urinate. But right now that is not a concern because, like I said, the mammary tumor is quite small. I have no idea if that one is responsive to cabergoline or not. However, it is larger than the other 2 mammary tumors, so I am a little bit skeptical of it being responsive. Still, you know, I'm going to keep treating Donut with cabergoline because, well, I have to for her pituitary gland tumor and for other mammary tumors, and we'll just see how she continues to do and just kind of play it by ear. But yeah, in general, Donut is doing quite well, and despite, unfortunately, that being a little bit of negative news, I still want this to be overall a positive video because Donut's still doing quite well, And she has been given quite a bit of extra time with cabergoline, which has been really amazing. I mean, I feel like she's lived a really good quality life over these last few months, and I'm really grateful that we were able to get some extra quality time with Donut, because I really never thought that she would even make it to 2. So seeing her at over 2.5 is just really incredible. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Miss Donut and some of her buddies, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye!